Hey, I'm Devin from Banter English, and today I want to talk a little bit about some TV shows that you can watch if you really want to take your English skills to the highest level. As a disclaimer, I would not recommend these for beginner learners. They're just gonna probably be a little discouraging, but they are very good shows, so I recommend them just to watch, just for fun, but not necessarily for learning English. These are shows that the dialogue is often considered pretty advanced, even for English speakers, either because they speak pretty quickly, or most of the time it's because the characters are just very smart. The dialogue is what's considered quick and witty, and it's the sort of thing that if you feel like you're at an upper intermediate or advanced level of English and your listening skills are pretty good, then these are some things that are going to really help you test that and bring those to the next level, because they are pretty hard. So here we go. Number one is a slightly older show, but it's still very popular, called Gilmore Girls.
And then the rabbit says, "How about that schnitzel?" Well,
what? There's no punchline.
that is the punchline.
How about that schnitzel? That's the punchline?
Well, no, not when you say it like that.
How am I supposed to say it?
Like a punchline.
How about that schnitzel?
Oh, forget it.
What?
You ruined my joke.
No, the punchline ruined your joke.
Ha!
What?
You admit it's a punchline.
Oh my god.
Ha! I am vindicated. How about that schnitzel has officially been declared a punchline.
A really bad punchline.
No one asked for the Norton Critical Edition. All the schnitzel and I wanted was some recognition, and now we have it.
A lot of people who talk about great dialogue in the American screenwriting community often cite the writer of this show, who is also the writer of the next show I'm going to talk about, who is Amy Sherman Palladino. She has an incredible handle on writing characters who have dialogue that just snaps back and forth really quickly and is just a lot of fun to listen to. The characters are usually very smart, they crack a lot of great jokes, and there's just a lot of fun just to listen to them talk to each other. Number two, again, is from the same writer as Gilmore Girls. It's a little more recent show called The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Oh, my God.
Where have you been?
You scared the daylights out of me.
Answer me, Miriam.
I was out
Out where?
with a friend.
What friend?
I'm sorry, did something happen?
Do you know what time it is?
It's late.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Don't you wear a watch?
Not with this outfit.
We were worried, Miriam. Worried sick, if you must know.
Your mother vomited.
I did not vomit.
Well, she did something in the bathroom that took a very long time, and she did not come out looking happy.
I'm sorry I was late, but
But what?
you do know I'm not 16 anymore, don't you?
We thought we did, but then you act like this, sneaking out.
I did not sneak out.
Sneaking in.
I did not sneak in.
You left your baby here alone.
With her grandparents.
And where is your son, anyway?
Shooting craps.
What?
He's with Joel. Shooting craps.
Oh.
I'm kidding. Can we just lighten the mood a little?
No.
This show does take place in the 50s, I believe, but I wouldn't say that necessarily the style of language that they use feels too old. So sometimes the downside of listening to or watching shows or films that are set in a past time period is that it's not going to be that helpful because the language that they're using is not very modern. And if you were to use this style of language, it would feel a little old and antiquated. In this particular case, there is some slang maybe used here and there, but in general it does feel still natural enough now. Definitely still worth using to work on listening skills and just overall wit. This one is especially funny because the main character is an aspiring comedian. So the focus is really on being funny, and the characters are very bright and exuberant. So it's a lot of fun. Another writer that comes up a lot in the screenwriting community is mostly known for films, but his name is Aaron Sorkin. And he did have, I believe, 2 maybe 3, definitely at least 2 TV shows that he wrote, one of which is one of my favorite shows in the world. If you read a summary about it, it does not sound that interesting at all. And I actually avoided watching this show for a long time for that exact reason. But it's called The West Wing.
It seems to me if the event's over by 10, then I can be back here at 11.
Yes, sir.
And you know what that means?
Yes, sir. It means you can watch the girls' softball game.
Did you just snicker when you said that?
No, sir.
Yes, you did.
Mr. President.
Thanks, Lou. When you said girls' softball game, you snickered.
No, sir.
Yes, you snickered, as if to indicate there was something wrong with my wanting to see a girls' softball game live via satellite.
Well, you seem pretty excited about it, sir. They're ready for you, Mr. President.
Thanks, Phil. I am excited about it. You come to the end of a long day, you sit back, you open a beer, you watch a sporting event. That's what men do.
They watch girls' softball?
When that's what's on, that's what they watch. It's that or a cricket match between Scotland and Bermuda. Now, I am an educated man, Charlie, but when somebody tries to explain cricket to me, all I want to do is hit him in the head with a teapot.
Good morning.
This one is also a little older, around the same time as Gilmore Girls, I want to say, give or take a few years. The reason that I put The West Wing down third is that the topic is something that some people just can't get into. I've recommended the show to several other people. Some of them loved it, and some of them were just like, I don't care about this. But if you're listening to work on your listening skills, I really recommend pushing forward at least through the first season. Definitely after season, I think 4, the writers change. And so while it's still interesting and quick, it's not the same quickness that was when Aaron Sorkin was leading it. If you like the style of writing, but not necessarily that topic, Aaron Sorkin also has written several films, including The Social Network and All the Good Men, quite a few others, but I'm not talking about films right now, I'm talking about TV. Number 4 on my list is an interesting one. So this is one you definitely are gonna want to watch to work on not just listening, but context clues. So this is a very advanced, you need to be at a very advanced level of English, I think, to really be able to understand what's happening, because it is set in the far future. And as such, they have developed a new sort of slang, a new style of speech. And some of it does play on words that we use now, but just the same as saying cool now means it's neat, it's a good thing. The actual word cool just means it's a little cold. It's a little colder than neutral. That's what that word actually means, but in a slang sense, it means something else. So that same idea is going to apply when watching this. And so with that disclaimer, the show that I recommend is called Firefly.
Reason. He's gonna talk to us about reason now.
Yeah, that's a joke.
Which one you figure attract us?
The ugly one, sir.
Could you be more specific?
Do we look reasonable to you?
Well, looks can be deceiving.
Not as deceiving as a low-down, dirty deceiver.
Well said. Wasn't that well said, Zoe?
Had a kind of poetry to it, sir.
You want I should shoot him now, Marco?
Wait till they tell us where to put the stuff.
That's a good idea. Good idea. Tell us where the stuff's at, so I can shoot you.
Point of interest. Offering to shoot us might not work so well as an incentive as you might imagine. Anyway, we've hidden it. So, you kill us, you'll never find it.
Found you easy enough.
There's only one season of this, and it has a huge, what we call a huge cult following, which means there are a lot of people who are just die hard about Firefly. I'm pretty die hard about Firefly, but I'm not even in the realm of most big Firefly fans. But again, I would recommend Firefly. The characters don't talk as quickly as the first 3. So if you try one of the first 3 and you just think, I cannot even make out when one word starts and the next ends and it's just too fast, Firefly could be better in terms of speed. They speak at a more natural pace. There's more natural pauses, things like that. But you are still going to really be testing yourself because of the style of the language and the use of science fiction terms that we may not use as frequently right now, unless you really like to talk about science fiction. Number 5 is a show that I actually haven't seen all the way through. It's surprising given the setting. It is set in roughly the same time period as number 2, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I believe this one is set closer to the end of the 50s, the early 60s, but it is not a comedy. It is a drama, and it is called Mad Men.
I brought you some aspirin.
Send him in.
You look like $100. Ready to go sweet talk some retail Jews?
You were tough to take first thing in the morning, Pete.
I've never had any complaints. Speaking of which, who's your little friend here?
Oh, she's the new girl.
You always get the new girl. Management gets all the perks. Where you from, honey?
Miss Deaver's secretarial school.
Top notch. But I meant, where you from? Are you Amish or something?
No, I'm from Brooklyn.
Well, you're in the city now. Wouldn't be a sin for us to see your legs. And if you pull your waist in a little bit, you might look like a woman.
Is that all, Mr. Draper?
Hey, I'm not done here. I'm working my way up.
That'll be all. Peggy, right?
Yes. Oh, and it's time for your 11 o'clock meeting.
Oh, and sorry about Mr. Campbell here. He left his manners back at the fraternity house.
Just like with Firefly, the rate of speech is much more natural, so you don't have to worry about the really quick fire pa 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 kind of speaking. It is still a little bit more common to how people today would speak, but it is a little old-fashioned. It's just some of the slang they use is a little old. It's helpful to be aware of, but the reason that I consider it an advanced level TV show is that the characters are all very smart. In fact, there is some critique in the screenwriting community that sometimes the characters are too smart. What some people will call losing the voice of the character is when all of the characters are so smart, in some moments doesn't always make sense if the truth of their character is not necessarily that they're hyper intelligent. So it's a lot of smart people who do make quick kind of jokes, but they're not necessarily the laugh out loud type jokes. They're just quick wit. And sometimes they're kind of mean. That is part of why it's been hard for me to watch, is because they can be a little mean. But it's still a good show, and I do intend to try to watch it again at some point. The last one that I want to recommend here is a show called The Wire.
Nah, hold up. Y'all don't know how to play chess, do you? So nothing, man. Look, I'll teach y'all if y'all want to learn.
Come on, man. Nah, come on. We're right in the middle of a game, yo. Calm down, chill out. I want to see this.
Y'all can't be playing no checkers on no chessboard, yo.
All right, man.
Now look, check it. It's simple. See this? This the kingpin, all right? And he the man. You get the other dude's king, you got the game. And he trying to get your king too, so you got protected. Now the king, he move one space any direction he damn choose, cause he's the king. Like this, all right? But he ain't got no hustle. But the rest of these motherfuckers on the team, they got his back. And they run so deep, he really ain't gotta do shit.
Like your uncle.
Yeah, like my uncle. And you see this? This the queen. She smart, she fierce. She move any way she want, as far as she want. And she is the go get shit done piece.
Remind me of Stringer.
And this over here is the castle. It's like the stash. You move like this and like this.
Dog, stash don't move, man.
Come on, yo, think. How many times we moved the stash house this week? Right? And every time we move the stash, we gotta move a little muscle with it, right? To protect it.
True, we right. All right, what about them little bald-headed bitches right there?
All right, these right here, these are the pawns. They like the soldiers. They move like this, one space forward only, except when they fight. And it's like this. And they like the front lines. They be out in the field.
So how do you get to be the king?
It ain't like that. See, the king, stay the king, all right? Everything stay who he is, except for the pawns. Now, if a pawn made it all the way down to the other dude's side, you get to be queen. And like I said, the queen ain't no bitch. She got all the moves.
All right, so if I make it to the other end, I win.
If you catch the other dude's king and trap it, then you win.
All right, but if I make it to the end, I'm top dog.
Nah, yo, it ain't like that. Look, the pawns, man, in the game, they get capped quick. They be out the game early.
Unless they some smart-ass pawns.
I wanted to add in a show in here that I didn't have a lot of experience with because I have not seen every show that is available out there. The thing that drew me to talking about The Wire is because they are very smart, but not in that affluent Ivy League college sounding way. It feels more real, more natural. Like these are people who, no matter what situation they were going to grow up in or be in, they were going to be smart. They just are smart people. And they have adapted their smartness to the way that they live. So it is a cop show. It is a drama. It is going to deal with some topics that some people may find uncomfortable. So I would check out a summary and just get an idea if it's something that you think you'd be comfortable with watching. But I do very much recommend this one because of all the shows that I recommended, this one is probably going to be the most helpful in terms of not just listening, but also you will be able to pick up some things that will help your speech feel more natural in today's modern world. So those are my 6 that I recommend. If you check one of them out, definitely let me know what you think. If there's one that you'd like me to dig into a little more, maybe dissect a scene. I have done that before. I did dissect a scene from Marvelous Mrs. Maisel for a online webinar series that I was part of a couple of years ago. Got a lot of good response from that. So if that's something that you think would be interesting, definitely let me know down below. Or if you would like to work on something privately one-on-one, you can reach out and I'll see what we can do. Okay, I hope you have fun, even if the English and these are hard. I hope you find one that you at least like to watch for the story. There's a lot of very broad options here, so I'm sure there'll be something. Okay, until next time.